As we begin, I acknowledge the traditional custodians of the lands on which this demo is created and the Gadigal people of the Eora Nation on whose country this story is set. I pay my respects to elders past, present, and extend that respect to Aboriginal and Torres Strait Islander people watching today. Today, we want to bring you a great demo. We hope it will showcase what can be achieved when technology and people work hand in hand. But true success for us is that you catch hold of a vision, a small insight into how you can multiply the impact you are having to achieve your mission, that no person with breast cancer should ever have to walk alone. Picture the following 12 months from now. Tonight, we bring you a great story. Each year, the pink test fills the SCG. Every front page, every news bulletin, a sea of pink. This week across Sydney, something quieter happened. Walk for Hope, the flagship event of the Yana Foundation, a breast cancer charity with a marketing team of 3, had its biggest year in history. Revenue for the organisation crossed 10.3 million for the first time, up from 8.2 the year before. And a record number of people living with breast cancer got the support they needed. Nobody wrote a headline about it until now. And the team did it all by leveraging a highly dedicated team and cutting-edge technology, ensuring that almost all the dollars raised could be used directly in achieving its mission. For many organisations, a significant amount of funds raised cover admin costs. Not so for the Yana Foundation. Yana is a Darug word. It means to walk. And this is the story of how a team of 3 kept walking long after everyone else had clocked off, thanks to their teammate on the inside who never sleeps, all without working a single hour past 5 o'clock. So we don't want that to be a fictitious news story. We actually think it's really achievable. And that's what we want to show you now. Let's rewind 12 months back. It's 4:55 on Friday. Meet Priya. She's one of the 3 marketing people who run all of Yana Foundation's marketing work, fundraising and events. She has a donor CRM open, an event spreadsheet open, and MailChimp open, and none of them are talking to each other. Somewhere in those 3 systems is Margaret Chen. Margaret gave monthly for 6 years. She's a breast cancer survivor. 18 months ago, she stopped, and nobody noticed because nobody could see across all 3 systems at once. At 5 p.m, Priya goes home, and everything that happens to Margaret after that, every email she opens, every page she visits, happens in isolation and isn't seen. There's got to be a better way. Margaret's a person, not a set of isolated activities. We need a way to see Margaret clearly. Over to the team to show you how and tell us more. Thanks.
Priya is passionate about providing deeply personalised interactions. The first thing we're going to do is give her a single view of Margaret. We have connected Agentforce Nonprofit Cloud through the CRM connector and brought event registrations and website interactions in as data streams. Data 360's identity resolution has matched them into a single donor profile, and consent and channel preferences come along for the ride. So this is privacy compliant from the start, which I know matters when it's donor trust on the line. On top of that profile, we have built calculated insights, including a lapse risk score, a donor capacity band, an engagement score across every channel, and a 4th channel preference, which will matter in a moment. Priya now has a segment of donors worth personal effort, built from data she could never see across before, and it took her seconds, not a fortnight of spreadsheet work. Margaret is not lost in a list of thousands. She rises to the top, a high-value 6-year donor who has gone quiet and who has just started visiting the site again. The system is telling Priya exactly who to fight for. Now we re-engage Margaret, and this is where Marketing Cloud Next takes over. We go well beyond a single email. We have built a journey on its flow canvas that reaches her on more than one channel and adapts to what she does. The first touch is an email, but Priya did not write 5 versions of the subject line and guess. Einstein generated and tested them per segment, and it does not send at a blank at 9 a.m. Send time optimization means that Margaret gets it when Margaret actually opens her email, which the data says is mid-evening. Now the content. The Yana Foundation is not short of stories, it's short of hands. Its survivors, researchers, and walkers already share their stories. We have curated them with consent into a library called Community Voices. The AI's content recommendation chooses which voice each donor hears. Margaret is a survivor and a long-term giver, so her email leads with a fellow survivor's story. A corporate donor would meet the researchers their dollars fund. Priya doesn't have 5 ambassadors, she has 500 storytellers, and the AI knows which story belongs with which donor. That is what Margaret experiences, not a newsletter, a story chosen for her, arriving at her time of day. And if she had not opened it, the journey follows up by SMS. The channel, her channel preference insight flagged, built from the mobile opt-in she gave years ago on a Walk for Hope form, data that's been sitting unused in the event system ever since. So a 3-person team just delivered a one-to-one re-engagement experience across email and SMS, personalized down to the storyteller Margaret hears, to thousands of lapsed donors at once. That is the end of one size fits all. Here is the part I'm most excited to show you, and the part I do not think you will see anywhere else today. Meet Hope. Hope is an Agentforce agent working inside Marketing Cloud Next. Hope is the teammate Priya never had, the one who works the hours the team cannot. It's 8:45 on Monday morning. Priya has just sat down with a coffee. While she was asleep, Hope did a night's work. It drafted the next Walk for Hope reminder campaign from a 1-line brief. It reviewed that draft against the Yana Foundation's brand kit and tone guide. It noticed a segment whose opens were sliding, and it has proposed a new subject line and a better send time to fix it. It drafted an SMS for the highest lapse risk donors. And one more thing, the one I love. Hope has been watching the referral data, and it has found 3 walkers whose posts keep converting friends into registrations. Quiet micro-influencers the team would have never spotted in a spreadsheet. Hope has drafted each of them a personal ambassador invitation. The agent is not just optimizing sends, it's scouting talent. Notice what Hope did not do. It did not send anything. Everything is queued for Priya to approve. The agent does the heavy lifting, the human keeps the judgment and the final say. For a charity, that balance is everything. We are showing you a marketing teammate that did a night's work before the team walked in the door. For a team of 3 who go home at 5, that is not a feature. That is Marketing Cloud Next in the agentic era. A 4th, 5th, and 6th colleague who never sleeps. Margaret clicked through, so the journey hands her straight into the Walk for Hope. She registers in a couple of taps and gets an instant confirmation. We text her, reply yes to bring a friend. She replies, That is two-way messaging in Marketing Cloud Next, and the friends she refers are captured automatically as new profiles linked to Margaret, which grows reach and deepens her profile without anyone lifting a finger. After the walk, a nurture path thanks her, shows her the impact of the day, and invites her to make it monthly again. She says yes, and she does one more thing. She shares her story of the day, and with her consent, it joins Community Voices. The donor, who was a forgotten row at the start of this demo, is now a recurring giver, a recruiter, and a storyteller, and not one step of that needed a person to chase it. How much of your Walk for Hope follow-up is manual today? And what would it mean to have it run itself like this? Last screen. And this is the one for the people who have to prove the value of every dollar. Most charities can tell you their open rate and click-through rate. That is not the question the board is asking. Here is the funnel from audience all the way through to recurring giving. We can attribute Margaret's renewed monthly gift directly back to the re-engagement journey that earned it. We are no longer reporting on opens, we are reporting on dollars raised and donor lifetime value.
Thanks so much for your time today. I hope it's just started that small spark of vision in terms of what can be achieved. We've had to limit what we can show you. There's so much more we could have. We could have talked about Slackbot. We could have talked about the fact that it can constantly be your research assistant into all that you've created. We haven't had a chance to talk about Piper, who's the always-on AI assistant that can be driving pipe, building those donations even further. We haven't had a chance to talk to you about some of the AI scoring that's coming as well. But we hope what we have shown you has just given you that insight into what can be achieved. And we're really keen to keep the conversation going because we think it can make a real difference in helping the Yana Foundation achieve its mission. Thank you.